everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are picking the first TBR of 2025. We are picking January's TBR using the same TBR cards that I used last month. If you don't know, every single month I use random prompts to pick my monthly TBR, and usually I use a TBR jar, but last month I got these cards from Fleurs on Sunday, and I will link them in the description again. And I'm going to use these cards again because I had a lot of fun using them last month. I think I'm going to pick 6 books. I just want to give myself a bit of a go, you know. I want to give myself a realistic TBR. I don't really have any specific books that I want to get on this TBR. I haven't picked like the books I want to read in 2025 or anything like that yet, so we really are just gonna pick whatever floats my boat right now. So that being said, I'm gonna shuffle the cards and we are gonna get straight into picking my January TBR. Okay, prompt 1 is, okay, choose the book at the bottom of your list. Okay, I don't have a specific TBR list, but what I'm going to take this to mean is read a book that you've been putting off for a while. So that is something that I can do. Okay, I have quite a few books that I've been putting off for a long time, but I have narrowed it down to 2. So the first one is The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. I don't know why I've been putting this off. I think it's just quite intimidating because I know it's a dark academia. I think it's quite hard to get into from what I've heard, and I think I've heard really mixed reviews, which is why I've been putting it off. And then the next one is the complete opposite. It is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I have heard only good things about this book, and someone in my old works book club got this for Secret Santa and read it and loved it, and so now I'm like, I know that I need to read this book, but I'm just really intimidated by it for some reason and just haven't felt the need to pick it up. So I feel like we have very similar vibes. I don't know why. Also, this cover is so cool to me. I might just go off page count, to be honest. The Atlas Six is 373 pages and Yellowface is 319 pages. Okay, we're gonna pick Yellowface. That's actually probably better as well because this one starts a series and I feel like I need to finish some series. I'm going to say that and then I'm going to get loads of series on my TBR. But yeah, we're going to go for Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This one follows a girl called June and this woman called Athena, who is an author. She dies and June steals her unpublished manuscript and publishes it as her own under the ambiguous name Juniper Song. So yeah, it's about a woman who steals a dead woman's manuscript and claims it as her own. And like I said, I've heard only good things about this, so this is going to be the first book that we put on January's TBR. Okay, we're going to give the cards another shuffle. Also, I just want to apologise right now for the lighting. It is obviously December and the daylight fades very, very fast, so forgive me. Okay, the next, I can't get one out. The next prompt is read a book by a debut author. Okay, I've found 3 options for this and they are all fantasy books. So the first one we have is Lightlark by Alex Aster. This is Alex Aster's debut, and this is now a trilogy. This follows, I think it's like a competition style thing. I think similar to Caraval. I'm not 100% sure and don't quote me on this, but this is a YA romantasy novel. And I really, really, really want to get to this so bad. I feel like I say that every single month. Then we have The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robinson. I literally just was in Waterstones quite recently actually and saw this in the new release hardback section and was just really intrigued because, I will tell you why, because Kate Golden, who wrote A Dawn of Onyx, has actually blurbed this book and it says a master of the spicy slow burn. Also the cover's stunning and yeah, it says a fake marriage meets enemies to lovers in Rebecca Robinson's steamy, thrilling romantasy debut. The start to a duology, perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout. So that really intrigued me and I really, really want to read this one. And then we also have Heavenly Bodies by gosh, I really don't want to balls up this name. Amani Eriu. I'm really sorry if that's not correct. But this is the first book in the Heavenly Bodies series, and this is actually the Fairy Loot edition, or is it a Lumacrate? It is the Fairy Loot edition. And it's absolutely stunning, and I actually saw Heather McClary read this book. I actually can't get over the cover. I saw Heather McClary read this book and it immediately intrigued me. This one is over 500 pages, but that actually doesn't intimidate me in this case because I just really want to read this. It says, you know the most dangerous kind of villain, a woman with nothing left to lose. In a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods, Alara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both. When the Star of Wrath and War descends to hunt Alara, the neighbouring kingdom sees an opportunity to take her from her home, the Kingdom of Night, to Helios, the Kingdom of Light, where she strides straight into the arms of an enemy prince. There, Alara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the tyrannical reign of the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the Kingdom of Light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins, and with it all, the undeniable star-crossed pull between them. I hate to do this because it's the most recent addition to my TBR, but we're putting Heavenly Bodies on here. Ever since Heather spoke about it, I haven't been able to get it out of my brain, and it was on my Amazon wishlist, and then when it came in the Fairy Loot, I think it was the Romantasy box. Yeah, it was the December Romantasy box. When it came, I was so happy because I did not know that this was the book, and I've wanted it since I heard Heather speak about it. So yeah, this is what we're picking for a debut. I actually really do hope that I can get those two other books on here as well. Okay, prompt number 3. Oh no, I hate this. Read a book that's been on your TBR list for over a year. This is very similar to the first prompt we had, but that's okay. I actually think that Lightlark has been on my TBR for that long. Actually, no, I'm a big fat liar. I think I got it for my birthday this year. So, about 9 months ago. So that's incorrect. Okay, this is potentially a very random choice. And I don't know if I'm in the mood for a romance whatsoever, but I've picked up Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez because every time I feel like I'm not in the mood for a romance and then I read an Abby Jimenez book, I devour it and absolutely love it. And this has been on my TBR for over a year, and I really want to finish this series because this is a series of interconnected standalones. And I've read Just for the Summer and also Part of Your World. This one is supposed to go second, but I read Just for the Summer before this one. And I just really feel like I want to read this, and I don't know why, because I'm not in a romance mood. But this is the book we're going for. This one follows Brianna, who is a doctor, and Jacob. And Brianna's brother, I'm pretty sure, has kidney failure and needs a transplant. And that's all I know. But what I do know is that Brianna featured in Just for the Summer as well as the first book, Part of Your World. So, very random choice, but this is what we're going for. Okay, prompt 4 is read the most recently purchased book on your shelf. Okay, Heavenly Bodies is the most recent purchase, but obviously I can't pick that one because I already picked it. So the most recent purchase before Heavenly Bodies is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. And I'm really happy about this because I really wanted to get to this ASAP. I don't know why, I've just heard so many people read this series and binge it and love it, and I just really want to get in on the hype. I think this is like a 12 book series or something insane, and I know that the covers are being republished, but this is the traditional indie published cover. I don't know much about this. I know that it's a school, and this first page says, "Welcome to Zodiac Academy. Note to all students, vampire bites, loss of limbs, or getting lost in the Wailing Wood will not count as a valid excuse for being late to class." This is given Harry Potter and also just every fantastical school ever. And I'm really excited to read this and start this series. And that's all I have to say. Prompt 5 is read a book with a 3-word title. Okay, I know how I just spoke about how I'm not in a romance mood, but I saw Three Word Title and then I saw Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage, and I completely forgot that I owned this book and that this book came out. And now I need to read this book. And this is the third book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This one follows Teddy and Gus. Gus is the oldest brother and Teddy is the best friend of, what was her name? I can't remember, but Teddy is the best friend and Gus is the oldest brother, and I just can't wait for this. This is very much like Elsie Silver's Chestnut Springs series. If you're into that, you'll love this series as well. It's a cowboy romance series. It's set in a small town on a ranch. It's very cute. It's all the feels. I'm pretty sure this one's enemies to lovers because Teddy and Gus don't get on in the other two books. So it's probably enemies to lovers. Yeah, this is such a short book. It's 300 pages, bang on, and these books are always so short and so fast to read, and I absolutely adore them. So I'm glad I remembered that that book exists. Okay, we're on to our final prompt for January. Don't convince me to pick another one. Don't. No one's speaking to me, but read a book with more than 500 pages. Normally I would run away from this prompt as soon as possible, but there are a few long books that I do really want to get to. I've pulled out a few options that I'm pretty sure are all over 500 pages. So this one, yeah, this one is 679 pages and it is The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. This is the third and final book in the Remnant Chronicles series, which is like the Kiss of Deception, the something of something, the Heart of Betrayal. And this follows Leah, and it's like a love triangle type situation with a prince and an assassin. And that's all I'm going to say because this is the third book in the series and I don't want to spoil anything. But I've been absolutely loving this series as I've been reading it, and I need to start a new audiobook for when I'm commuting to work because I've finished my most recent one and I really want to listen to this one on audio. So that's a good contender, and that's nearly 700 pages, so it definitely fits. Then we have Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco. Sarah has been bullying me to read this book. This is 561 pages. I'm pretty sure this is set in the same world as the Kingdom of the Wicked series, but is not in the series, so you can read it separately. I read the first book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series and loved it, and I also read the first book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series and loved it. So I love Kerri Maniscalco's writing, but for some reason I just didn't continue the Kingdom of the Wicked series, so I probably should do that. But Sarah has hyped this book up so much that I feel like I need to read it. And then we also have Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This book is 609 pages. This one has recently been getting loads of hype on TikTok and on YouTube, to be fair. I'm pretty sure it's the first one in a series, and I genuinely know nothing about it. It says when Ceres comes face to face with death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms. Okay. I think this is a romance with death, and I read Belladonna recently, which was also a romance with death. So I feel like I need to give this one a little bit of time, even though I did really want to get to this one soon. I feel like reading that I need to maybe wait another month or so. So it's between Throne of the Fallen and The Beauty of Darkness. And I actually think I'm going to go for The Beauty of Darkness because, like I said, I really do want to start listening to this one on audio. And I really want to finish out this series because I need to know how it ends. I read the second one. It was definitely this year, but it was quite a few months ago now, so I'm going to have to look at a recap. But I do remember how it ended, and so yeah, I just need to find out how this series ends. And I really want to finish this series so that I can move on to the Dance of Thieves series. And also, Mary E. Pearson just came out with another new book that I recently got in, I think, Fairy Loot as well, which was The Courting of Bristol Keats, which is also another really long book by her. So if I finish this series, then I can move on to those other new series by her that I need to get to. So we're going to go for The Beauty of Darkness. Okay, we have 6 books on the TBR. And I'm just going to pick just one more. just one more. We're gonna make it 7, and I know that's uneven, but I just get too excited when I make these videos and I want to pick one more. Shoot me. Okay, so the 7th and actual final prompt for this video is read a book by an author you've never read from before. There are literally hundreds of books that I could choose for this one, but I'm going to choose Light Lark by Alex Aster. I really wanted to get this on the TBR, and that worked out perfectly. Like I said, I think this gives similar vibes to Caraval. It's a YA romantasy, first in a series. It's stunning, and I do also own the second one, so if I do like this one, then I can start the next one. But yeah, we're going to choose Light Lark, and I'm really glad I picked that extra prompt. So this is January's TBR. It's looking slightly ambitious. I'm going to try and go through what each book was for again. So an author I've never read before, we chose Light Lark. A book over 500 pages, we chose The Beauty of Darkness. A 3-word title was Lost and Lassoed. The most recently purchased book on my shelf is Zodiac Academy, The Awakening. A book that's been on my TBR for over a year, we chose Yours Truly. A debut novel, we chose Heavenly Bodies. And a book that's at the bottom of my list is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Okay, so we have a lot of fantasies on the TBR for this month, but we also have 2 romances, and I'm pretty sure that Yellowface is like a literary fiction, so we do have quite a good mix of books on this TBR, and I think this is the most excited I've been for a TBR in a long time. Hopefully we start off the year right by reading most of these books, if not all of them. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books or what is on your January TBR, and I will see you in the next one.